The eyeballs. Hopefully don't crush the internet with the show tonight, you know what I mean, buddy?
We'll see.
We'll see. It's huge, huge night.
Let's crash it.
What happened? Perfect. There we go. Now we're live. Right on time. Boom, like we are.
We got 10 already, don't we?
Well, there's 2,000 people.
You know, wait for
Looking for some eyeballs.
You know, wait for them to log on.
Hey, we get, oh, yeah, Kim, you're going to have to go.
We'll go
You're going to have to
outside
go
with
on
that.
I know.
Sorry. Crush it. Look at Little Giant. Oh my God, we're at 16. We're
So
going.
we got good audio, at
We're
least
good.
we know that.
Yep, we're ready to go. Hey, good evening, everybody. Welcome to a very, very, very special edition of Pub Table Racers. We're coming to you live tonight from the man cave of Ron Hornaday, and we'll have him on in a little bit. My name is Tim Packman. Sitting next to me is my co-host, co-creator, and co-owner of Pub Table Racers, the one and only
Warren Brosell.
How you doing tonight, buddy?
I'm doing great.
Well, you know what? Special night. I think we better get going here.
Very special night.
So we always have our bucket. You gotta have your bucket because we're Pub Table Racers. And Warren, why do we drink Miller High Life during the show?
Well, we drink it because we like it, or at least I do.
I like it too.
And we drink it because of Bobby Allison.
All right, here we go. Here's the Bobby.
Here's the Bobby.
Hey, buddy, look what we got in here. We got some invaders in the bucket tonight. Wonder who those are for.
Those are right. It's all right.
That's fine.
We
We'll find out.
find.
Stay close. All right, I gotta take a sip here because I'm a little nervous tonight, but it's all good.
I was a little nervous. I pre-gamed a little bit. I ain't scared.
Shocking. I am so shocked to hear that. All right, tonight, here's what we're going to talk about real quick. This show is brought to you by Lake Norman Patio and Game Rooms on Brawley School. Brad, go see Brad, JoJo, and Patrick. Great assortment of outdoor furniture, game room items,
Right.
darts.
For all your game room and patio needs.
That's right, and I think he even has a little foosball action in there.
Foosball.
Foosball, that's right. And in a couple weeks, we'll be letting you know we're going to be doing a show live on a Saturday afternoon from Lake Norman Patio and Game Rooms, and we'll be doing it live, and you guys can come out and you'll have a chance to win some things, but you have to be there to win it. So we'll let you know when that's going to be.
Must be present to win.
Must be present to win. That's right. So let's talk about the topics this week. We had Dover. It was all Dover. We had 5 races in 3 days.
Sure.
Talk about busy.
Yes, very busy.
Very busy. Truck race was on Friday. Zane Smith had a great run. A lot of competition at the end, I thought. Swapping the lead back and forth. But in the end, it was Zane Smith with his second win of the year.
Yep. And he's doing good, young kid.
Yep. And
Doing good.
he had little momentary spurts of greatness last year, but this year he seemed to be putting the whole package
He's
together.
starting to come around.
That's good, and that's what you want to see. Next up is Xfinity on Saturday afternoon. And Justin Allgaier from Junior Motorsports finally got the bad luck monkey off his back.
Yeah, needed that win to get in,
Mm-hmm.
and he did, and now he's in. So
Good.
yeah, he's good to go for the
Right.
chase.
I mean, the luck he's had in the last few weeks has been abysmal.
Sometimes you make your own luck.
He did. He did it. Won it great there. Okay. And then later that day we had the Cup race. All 3. Stage 1, Stage 2. Final went to
Dennis Hamilton.
Dennis. That's Dennis Hamlin. Yes, it was Dennis Hamlin. Or some of his friends call him Denny Hamlin. That's what's on his car. But we want to call him Dennis Hamilton. I mean, what a dominating performance by Joe Gibbs.
Very good job.
Toyota's, doing good there.
Beginning of the year, they said how they were going to be in a hole, in a funk. They didn't get a good car and
Right.
this and that. Lo and behold,
Oh, oops, we won all these races. Sorry.
right? Sorry,
Yeah, what
maybe
is,
our cars aren't so bad.
Yeah, maybe not so bad. And Truex has, 2, I think, so they're okay. So he tied with Kevin Harvick for 6 wins on the season most. But wait, there's more. On Saturday, Chase Briscoe, what a run that guy. Started in the back because he wrecked his car on Saturday. Said, I don't care, I'm going to take that Stewart Haas Racing Ford and I'm going to mash the gas, and went to the front.
Went to the front. Did a great job.
Great job. That
Real
kid.
deal.
Do you think he goes Cup next year? Do you think someone takes him? Moves him up?
I have no idea.
Okay.
It's hard. It's hard to go Cup nowadays.
Sure.
It's just hard to say that's going to happen.
But what he's doing now, if he does go to Cup, he's definitely got to go on a quality ride. You can't just jump on a Cup ride to say he's in there.
Yeah, that never works.
No, not going to work. Don't go backwards. Once you've worked that hard to go forwards. So then, on Sunday, another dominator, Kevin Harvick, swept the whole day, first stage, second stage, and dominating win, pick up his 7th win of the year.
Yeah, and so what I've seen there is they got to work on their car.
Mm-hmm.
They know what they needed to make Kevin go, make him go faster. They fixed whatever it was they needed, and Kevin's hard to beat anyways. So yeah, he dominated. He's dominated there before.
Yep.
I can't remember what year it was, but there was a year where he needed to win that race, and he went out there and
Won that
just spanked him. He just won that race, and that's what Kevin does.
Okay, so that wraps up the Dover action. We go to another D. We're going to go to Daytona this weekend. Under the lights, Friday night for Xfinity. Saturday, it's the cutoff race.
Saturday is the cutoff race.
So the cut,
yes, so it should be who knows what.
You got hovering. You've got Jimmy Johnson trying to get in. William Byron's in. And Matt DiBenedetto had 2 bad races in a row.
Yeah,
he was up 42. Now he's up, I think, 9.
Yeah, he's real low.
Real low. So if you're one of those guys,
could be outski.
What's your strategy? Go to the front, get all the points you can get, or hang in the back and avoid the big one?
I think you gotta hang out a little bit and
Right.
see how it's playing out, and then if you're not gonna make it, you gotta go.
Okay.
You gotta try and win it.
All right, well, that's good. So we're going to be watching that, and then the 16 are locked in to start the chase playoffs, and then we are now back to the normal schedule.
The normal season.
Normal season, yeah. There's no more.
It's not really the normal schedule because a lot of them races weren't in the playoffs, or a few of them anyways.
Right. So we have now
But we're going to be 10 normal races.
There you go. 10 normal. They were scheduled. Going to be run when they were scheduled.
Right.
So we got that going, and then trucks will be at St. Louis on Friday. So all 3 series are racing this weekend. Did you watch the Indy 500?
I had another TV on in my basement.
Yeah.
Next to my big TV,
Mm-hmm.
and caught some of it.
Right.
It was kind of lackluster, I thought, a little bit.
Well, the ending, it's unfortunate. End under yellow, but considering the time it would have taken to repair the track, they go out there, line them up single file for three laps.
And that particular crash took out that barrier that was leading to pit road, and I think they would have had problems.
A lot of problems. You couldn't just say, just don't anybody hit it, because someone did. The wrecks there were just, impacts were incredible. Like
they're going pretty fast.
They tore some shit up, that's for sure.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. Real quick, the T-shirts, as you see behind us, the black ones that are available. We have a few gray ones left. And tomorrow, I'm picking up the hats, Pub Table Racers hats, from Stitch 98. So I'll have those on our Facebook page tomorrow, so you can get those. And we got a big announcement coming, cool announcement, I should say, at the end. So stick around. So, Warren, what are you wearing there tonight, buddy?
So I had a Pub Table Racers shirt on,
right?
But because I'm at Ron Hornaday's bar and grill here,
right?
I have a Ron Hornaday T-shirt on, which I'm extremely proud to be sporting.
Looks good on you too.
There ain't much that doesn't look good on you.
And you're modest too. Your modesty is always one of my favorite things about you. My God. You know what? Do me a favor. Right for 23 years, don't ever change.
Well, this is a comedy show, right?
Sometimes it sneaks in there. Yes, it does. All right. So we got that out of the way. And once again, the show is brought to you by, before we bring Ron out, brought to you by Lake Norman Radio. Right? Patio and Game Rooms. Check out their website. Go in there and we'll have a show coming up.
I'm not waiting no more, Tim. Move over. I'm
Get in here.
All right, ladies.
You know me.
All right, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, the biggest deal here is Bobby Allison is one of my heroes.
Yes.
He is my hero.
Right.
And he calls them Barley Pops. So can I try one of his?
I
want to try a sip of yours.
A sipper? Okay.
Yeah.
Fine.
I know this COVID's going on, but I trust you.
You can't get it from beer.
Ain't bad.
Ain't bad.
You can't. If
Drink my Coors Light right now.
If you could get it from beer, I'd have it.
We have to give you yours. Here you go. Well, you want one better than
Yeah, get the one you got. Everybody knows it. Like Lindy says, hey, what do you know?
Are your mountains blue?
Of course.
Okay, man.
He says, when you pass, because your dad passed and my
Right.
brother-in-law passed, and he says, what do you want? And I said, we'll be cremated, but I gotta wait. Make sure you take a case of beer there, so whoever hasn't had a Coors Light with me, show up at my funeral, you'll have a Coors Light.
Wait. Can I have one anyhow? Even though.
You always can.
Okay, just even though I have one with you. All right. So, could you, Kim? Could you move the camera a little bit? Just you need to slide. We're not off the. It's choppy. Okay.
So
it's me hitting the table.
It is.
You think it's me? I gotta stop doing this.
You're bouncing around
Okay,
on
I'm
your
plexiglass.
It's
computer
not
there.
my glass yet. This is just my Lexan to get through the night.
We are a real bar. Just pick up.
No, just
Hey,
slide.
thanks for being here. And by the way,
Thanks for having us.
Look at that
Ron.
shirt. It said on my
Right,
championships,
just move on.
and you worked on that truck before at Earnhardt's.
So I was there when the truck was being built.
Okay.
I can't say I actually worked on the truck, but I was there when you were there, and it was a pleasure for sure.
It was. Had a lot of fun back
You
then.
were the man.
So anyhow, ladies and gentlemen, sitting next to me is the 4-time Truck Series champion. He has 590 starts in the NASCAR Series, 55 total wins, 51 in trucks, 4-time champion, and he is a NASCAR Hall of Fame member, which to me I still think is one of the coolest things ever to join the Hall of Fame. You deserve it.
The wrong person in
No,
there.
they didn't.
I need to put Lindy in there.
Probably yes.
My
You're
wife.
probably right
My
there,
wife
yeah.
needs to be
Okay.
there.
You're gonna get another pizza tonight. Keep talking like that.
Pizza and beer.
So Ron, okay, so people don't know. So you're done, driving. So what have you been up to these days? What have you been doing?
Just trying to stay busy.
Okay.
I have a 3,500 square foot shop behind the house down here, and just anything and everything. If somebody wants something built, I'll build it. But, I started building dirt cars, and it got to the point where a lot of people were whining about
What?
things that I couldn't fix, and I never drove a 4-link car.
Right.
And I was trying to do it. And we've got some good guys driving our cars right now. We won some races. So just trying to stay busy. Just got done finishing a show car, a Geico car for Jim Walker down
Right.
in Florida, and just having a blast doing things.
Okay.
Nice. You enjoying retirement?
No.
No.
Why? Do you miss
Well,
it?
I miss the people. I really miss the people. The racing, when they took the short tracks out of it, and it was all about aerodynamics and handling and this thing, the driver could get up on the wheel. It was getting kind of boring for a little bit. But,
Right.
we've made it exciting through the years.
Okay. So you've been working on some dirt cars, building for different people. You still go to the track once in a while.
Yep. I think I'm going to try to sneak into Darlington and figure out how to do it. I got my Kevin gave me a Jim Goodrich truck, but my first Lynn truck down there, and it's sitting in the Hall of Fame right next to Earnhardt's car. So I'm
Right.
going to pick that thing up, and I might make that thing like a little road course racer. But do some what's that called, old time
VIR? Yeah, that's right. Good. That'd be good.
And I don't drink wine, so I'm going to have to give them a switch over to beer.
Probably be good.
Yeah.
What do you miss the most? You said just the people, the fans.
The people. You
Yeah.
know, Wayne Otten's been around since I won my first championship. And to this day, every Christmas, every birthday, he calls you.
Mhm.
And we still talk. And he gets scared and myself and sprang together. And we start texting each other and saying who wrecked who and who didn't
Yeah.
do what. And it's at least a once a month deal. We still have fun.
Perfect.
So you and
Sounds
Sprague,
like fun.
you got to do a question? You have a question?
Well,
You have a story, there's a question.
I want to ask this question first. I
Go
was
ahead.
going to save
Go
it, but I want to ask it
Okay.
now. So, has Ray Abraham and Tony Stewart happened to talk to you about possibly driving one of those
Not yet, but
What are those-
Ray's on my list. I know he's got a big shop.
one of those fancy cars they're going to come up with? Because you are a champion, and that is kind of be a race of champions type of a car.
The problem I got is I just tested my dirt car the other week, and I put my fire suit on. And luckily, it had a double zipper to get in that
A
thing.
little bit of a dinner muscle problem.
Yeah.
I got that happened.
It's the COVID deal. You can't get out and about.
Right. Can't jog.
But yeah.
When the hell have you two ever jogged? You've jogged to the bar, you've jogged to the car on the road.
Jogged the refrigerator.
Took the words right out of my mouth.
That's great. I knew you two would go on this one. All right, so you guys have had a connection from Dale Earnhardt Incorporated that went back a long way, and so Warren has something to bring up to you, and then he's going to talk to you about it and get something else to share with you. So go ahead. Lynn.
Yeah, so I'll, and this might get a little lengthy. I'll try to keep it kind of short, but so I start at DEI in '99, and Ron was driving a truck, and Dale Jr.'s in the Busch car, and I'm going to call Busch.
It was Bush.
Because it was Busch, and Dale Jr. moves up to Cup the next year, and Ron moves up into the Busch car for 1 year.
Yep.
Right.
Napa.
With Napa, and then all of a sudden we get this bomb dropped on us by Dale that Ron's not going to be in the Napa 15 Cup car because we're all going to go to Cup,
Right.
and the guys I'm working with in the fab shop, we're dumbfounded. We're like, what's going on here? Ron is the perfect fit for this. He's like, he should be our guy. You're a wheelman.
Well, I appreciate that.
I mean, all of us. There's 20 guys in that fab shop, and it was the talk of DEI at the time. And the quick part of the story, a funny part, is one of my buddies, and I won't mention his name, but he said, Warren, he said, did you ever see the movie Trading Places? And I said, absolutely. and he said, Richard and Dale have a bet. And Richard and Dale were probably hunting, and Richard said, I'll bet you that you can't make a driver out of anybody in this sport.
Oh, don't go there.
I can. I work for the man. And I love Michael to death. Don't get me wrong.
Oh, yeah.
But it was like, so we figured that Richard and Dale had a $1 bet that Dale could make Michael a driver. And unfortunately, it bit you in the ass.
Right.
Well, the bad part is, we just won the championship.
Right.
The year before, they put me in that, and I was going to go to Cup, and I went up there, and I thought I was going to re-sign the contract, and Dale told me that I got to look at my options. I said, what does that mean? You're firing me? And at that time, he took a phone call. He said, I got to take this phone call. Can you leave? I said, well, he's firing me, and I got to leave his office? And I was the maddest I've ever been. So I threw crap up and down the hallway, and Ty says, calm down, calm down. I got my truck and did a burnout, and I called my wife. I said, honey, so I leave Earnhardt's truck, and he gets fired me. I got his truck. Do I leave it here, or do I go? So I didn't know what to do.
Oh, okay, yep.
And that story's, to get fired from Hornaday, the first time I've ever been fired. I don't know if I was fired because he could have made my life miserable in NASCAR. He really helped me out and put my name out there and got me a ride with AJ for it.
Yes. Well, I think we all understand what happened there. It turned into marketing, right? And that's where the sport was going. It turned into...
well, Michael's knew all the racetracks you're going to. You got a new sponsor.
Right.
You want to go out there and show that,
And he was a very dynamic plate racer. I will not take that away from him. That was one thing he was good at, for sure.
Yep. He studied it real well.
I built a car
But
there.
I did go to AJ Fort's car, and me and Mike Wallace started 41st or 42nd. By lap 3, we passed Earnhardt and everybody were leading the race.
Where was that? At Daytona?
At Daytona.
That first race.
Teresa told me that next week. She said, I think Dale said he made so he should have kept you in the car.
All right, we are talking with NASCAR Hall of Famer, 4-time truck champion Ron Hornaday. We appreciate you tuning in. We're coming to you live from his man cave, and we're going to try to show you just some of the incredible things that he has in here, the history of his accomplishment.
This is just a shed.
This is just a
We
shed.
sold our big house.
I know, but this is amazing.
Yeah,
you got a jukebox in
great
there.
shed.
Yeah, well, it's for the kids. The kids, it's,
Sure.
It's when they go in the swimming pool, they
Right.
have a place to change. It's
Okay.
called a pool room.
Got it, a pool room. Okay. I'm going to ask a question. There's a couch over there. Is
That's
that the couch?
That's only part of
Only
the couch.
part of the couch.
That's part of the Jimmy Johnson, Kevin Harvick.
Yeah, I was going to bring that up.
Chastain.
Okay.
Yeah.
You've
But
had some guests.
Well, everybody says, well, how come they didn't have a bed? I said, well, they did, but they got too drunk to walk upstairs.
They chest it on the couch. Nice. Okay.
And the bad part about it is when you talk to both of them, the only thing I really taught them is how to drink.
But wait, we're talking like Jimmy Johnson, 7-time champion, Kevin Harvick champion, multiple champion. I mean, so you gave them a place to stay when they were just getting started.
No, not really. They were going to look for a house to rent and everything. I told them not to waste their money. My wife and I said, we got extra room. You guys are more than welcome to stay here until you put your feet down. I'd rather see you buy a house and some equity in a house instead of just wasting and making somebody else's payments.
Very good.
And it worked out. And Jimmy, I met him at a Chevrolet function, and he said, hey, I'm Jimmy Johnson. I'm driving an off-road truck. And I said, I'm Ron Hornaday. I drive the truck for Earnhardt.
Right.
We just got to know each other. And he said, I'm going to be in town. I said, stop by.
Yeah, that's how you are.
He never left for 6 months.
So then did you and him did you do a couple maybe a 25-mile run and then come back here and do some drinking?
No. We did a lot of water skiing.
Water skiing? Yeah.
In the back of the time,
Jimmy didn't run, he drank.
I don't know if you can say this, but we used to take the sheriff's boat out and go up to the old tavern up there and buy beer with the police boat on the water because we were too drunk to drive.
Well, you can say it now because the statutes of limitations
are way
up
on that. That's very true.
All
right. So Warren asked you a question, and the story is kind of good. So you went from racing out on the West in California, and you got the magical phone call that everyone wants to get from someone like Dale Earnhardt, but it didn't go quite as Dale would have liked.
Well, it did, but it did.
I mean, the beginning. Yeah.
But I mean, first of all, we got to thank Bob Fisher. Bob Fisher is Palmdale chiropractor, which kept me into racing. And I asked him a long time ago. I said, our touring deal on a Southwest tour went, 8, 9, 10 hours away from Palmdale, California. So why are you sponsored? You're not getting no walk-in customers for me with your name on the car. He told me, someday you make it big, I want 2 tickets to Daytona. The day Earnhardt put me in that car, I called Bob Fisher up and said, you got 2 tickets to Daytona. We're going to Daytona.
Right.
So I owe a lot to Bob Fisher, Kyle Fisher.
Right.
His son saved us for 2
Good.
or 3 years.
Perfect.
But it was one of his cars, racing Tucson down there, and I got to race with Wayne Spears, run his car, and they had exhibition races with the truck.
Mhm.
We had about 6 or 8
Well,
trucks
that's right.
down there.
7. It's 7.
Yep.
Look it up.
It was 94. And I got to run Chris Francis' little IMCA car. Then I would be a race just before our big race. And I won everything down there. And I guess this whole
Sure.
thing started. What do you guys? Dripping beer all over me?
No, it's just the
He knew when I was about ready.
How long is this show? Because you guys are always
We got-
on a
we
beer
got some
garden.
water.
I have one every 7 minutes, whether I need it or not.
And you know I drink beer at 5 o'clock.
I know.
I wait until 9 to have one.
I do want to give you credit because always at beer time is 5 o'clock in the shop, and that's why I always stop over on 4:30.
Oh, that one.
He didn't do that. But he said for your show tonight, I will wait until 9 o'clock. So I appreciate you waiting 4 hours to do this with. So anyhow, the phone call. So
But no, the whole deal is running down there every week, and I didn't know what Kyle Earnhardt even got it, but I mean, it was televised, and they did a great job, Benny Parsons,
That's
everybody
fine,
down
thank
there.
you.
And Earnhardt must not mow the grass that day because you see me on TV and I won the race.
okay,
And we had one race left, so we were driving home. Back then we didn't have cell phones.
right.
And we had Libby's Granny and T-Bird were driving back, and it's 8.5 hours back from Phoenix all the way back to Palmdale, California. And finally stopped and got gas and called the guys up and said, did Earnhardt call you? And they said, what do you mean? So we had a buddy named Larry Nasty. He just passed not too long ago last year, and he did radio. And every Monday morning, he'd call me and say, hey, from Hornaday there, this Richard Petty. I just want to know how he did this with you. So when Dale called with his accent,
Right. Oh, okay.
you know, with his accent out here, they thought it was Larry Nasty saying, Ron's in coming into town, he's supposed to be here today, we got to get this race car to quit calling us. And hung up on Dale 3 times.
Three for Dale. Yeah, there you go.
So when we saw him get gas, Lenny went in and called the shop and said, hey, did Earnhardt call? We got Buddy Baker said that Dale's going to be calling because he's starting a truck team. I said, well, that's cool. Long story short, pull up the shop, and they come running out. Dale's on the phone. They said, tell him to hold on. I got to go to the bathroom really bad. Now Dale got to wait a little longer.
Yeah.
He just drove 5.5 hours from the gas station. Long story short, he said, Hornaday, what are you doing? Nothing. He said, you want to NASCAR start a truck series? And I'm starting a team. You want to drive for me? I said, I'd love to. He said, all right, I'll have you a ticket there tomorrow morning to fly there. I said, well, I got one more race at Tucson. He said, well, have your crew do it. I said, it's me and my brother-in-law. You know, we ain't got nobody. We got
Your crew.
yeah, well, they come after work, you know, and they're
Yeah,
moms.
yeah,
So it's
I
not
know,
a
I was on
full-time
one of their
deal.
teams.
Yeah. And, you know, Danny Grill and Steve Nastrol and Larry Carter, Johnny Bajorquez, you name them all, and they'd come over afterwards. But, I mean, we got to get this car ready. He said, well, if you want the job, you'd be on a plane. He sent me a first-class ticket. You want to hear the whole story?
Sure. It's
Absolutely.
great, yeah.
That's why
This
we're here.
This is good.
Have a sip of beer.
couple more.
I better get one too. I'm not going to
Fine,
talk.
I'll
but
let
I
you
need-
guys drink along.
So, long story short, first class ticket, got on the airplane, land in Charlotte. How do you know where Dale Earnhardt is? Look for the line of people.
Oh, so he was at the airport to meet me.
Oh, he picked you
He
up.
picked me up.
Whoa,
Nice.
that's big.
So he's
Very
in
nice.
his black Chevrolet pickup truck, cab and a half one, you know, with the door spring over.
Yeah.
He's in a tuxedo.
What?
Back seat is 3 trophies. Back of the truck's 4 trophies. Have you seen the Goodyear Tire and Rubber Company when he signed his 7 championship trophies and his foot on top of the tire?
Yeah.
He just did that commercial.
So he did, I was going to say, he just did something.
So
Yeah.
please got a line signed autograph.
So he was doing a personal
He
appearance.
picked you up in a tuxedo with a 7 championship trophy.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
No, but that's Dale, right?
That's Dale,
Right?
yeah.
That's him, right? I mean,
There's 2 birds with one stone. He's down there doing it.
you're going to have to sit in the back, boy. My trophies are taking up that spot. You know what I mean?
Don't touch my trophy, Hornaday. Yeah.
So instead of just jumping on 85, 77 and getting off at Powell Creek, he goes the back way. He takes me to, hey, get your Schrader shop. Mike so-and-so's
Okay,
house.
you go to
Sure.
My dad's first house over
Yeah.
there. No, we finally get up on 3. We're a little split there by
Yeah.
Schrader's. And we're driving along, and he's passing cars. We're going about 75, but it's a 40-mile-an-hour road.
It's
We're
2
all
lanes,
passing.
2 lanes, no shoulder.
He gets up to this black dually,
Yeah.
and he's got a black truck.
Okay.
As he goes to pass the guy pulls him in front. He backs up, he gets another run, goes to it, and does it again.
Okay.
Third time, he runs in the back of the truck. What? Crap. And this is a brand new truck. I mean, because
That is. I don't know. I don't have
Are you still on Earnhardt Chevy?
Sure, I got it. Yep, let's try. You guys.
So all of a sudden, this truck turns right, and we go about half a block and turn right in this driveway. And he goes, "Hey, there's my shop over there." And then he drives right past the shops, opens the gate, goes down there, and says, "Here's my cows, and here's my gators." And they showed me.
Yep.
He drops me back up. I said, "Hey, can I ask you a question?" He goes, "What's that?" I go, "What was that all about?" He said, "That guy's dating my daughter, and I don't like it."
And obviously,
And that was his truck he ran into, so he ran into both of his trucks.
so obviously the guy knew who he was.
Well, he was blocking. He knew
block.
Dale was
Okay.
coming. Dale was coming now. You were at 40 and Dale was
Well,
at 70.
welcome to North Carolina.
That's why it's called Highway 3. You can do it.
Highway 3. Yep.
And another quick story is when he was building that Taj Mahal, you were
Yep.
there.
Yep.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So you know what the dinner shop was?
So yeah, when you got there, it was either
None of
being built or it was not there.
Our truck was built in the hay barn.
Yeah, you were down.
We
You
put
were
doors
down by
on
the
the hay barn.
chickens.
Yep. No, that was after.
Oh,
When
okay.
we started by the gear shop, moved all the hay out. They put doors on the hay barn.
Okay.
We had a dirt floor for a while, and then concrete.
Big time auto racing.
Well, when they started building the Taj Mahal, he concreted all that. His house
Yeah.
was down over in the corner. Well, my son left work. He was working there with Dale Jr. on his late models. Did a burnout, left 2 black marks. Next morning, Dale goes in there and makes Ronnie scrub it.
Oh, yeah.
I spent all that money for you to do it. When Ronnie cleans it up and the water dries, Dale comes up with that 3/4 reverse, that Chevrolet they built for him with that V6 in it. 3/4 like a dad's car with the 56. He does the biggest donut burnout right over Ronnie's bucks he did.
Oh, I swear.
And he goes, "I just cleaned it." He goes, "Yeah, but it's my house."
Yeah. And that's how you do a burnout, right?
And there's your lesson, Ronnie 3. Very good. So you moved from there. Like you have driven for Dale Earnhardt, Richard Childress, AJ Foyt, Rick Hendrick. I mean,
Joe Donat.
Joe Donat. But I mean, it's some of the
Kevin.
biggest, Kevin Harvick,
Oh, Kevin Harvick.
champions, Hall of Famers, legends, and there a lot of these guys. I mean,
He'll like this about Kevin, and so it's going to jump.
I like
that's
a
why I
lot of
know
stuff
that. It's your
about
show
Kevin.
tonight. We're just here to hang
So,
with you.
as you being a fabricator,
Yes.
Kevin hired me and he told me not to tell anybody. So the Christmas party, we go up to the Christmas party. And a couple hours go by and his bonuses out and all that stuff. He said, "I want to introduce my new driver. But before I do, I hired 2 new fabricators for him to drive our stuff." So he knew that I was going to be rough on the
Did they cheer when you were?
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Off? They cheered. That was good.
Oh, yeah.
We got a visitor.
We have a lot.
Well, we're in a bop. He's
That's
drunk.
fine. Yeah, that's all right. We'll be. So all those guys you drove them. At one point, you guys, here's this guy from Palmdale, California, and you're driving for Dale, Richard, AJ, and there had be moments where you just kind of went, okay, how'd I get it?
Well, I got it. My
Yeah.
wife never quit.
Okay.
Every time we were done racing or quitting, she had enough money to save up for a motor or a
Right.
fire suit.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Your accountant.
Well, to this day, I don't know how much money I got in the bank. A couple of years ago, I really checked with one of my friends.
Right.
And
My wife's in the audience. That's why I said that because I have no idea what I'm.
don't care.
As long as she just keep doing what you're doing.
Perfect.
But I
I'll let you know when we're starving.
owed somebody $800. They called me back up about 2 days later. "Hey, your checks are good." I said, "What are you talking about?" I called the bank and they said, "You've never seen a signature before. Who's this?" I said, "It's mine."
I'm Ron Hornaday, the name on the top of it there.
I'm very, very privileged to have a wife like I have
Yeah.
for long 41 years.
Nice.
Good, God
Very
bless.
nice.
Let's cheers. Cheers, the ladies. And
Cheers.
Cheers, ladies.
There we go.
Sorry, Bobby, but Coors Light.
No, you're the special guest, man.
Well, if you
We
get them
can-
for a sponsor, I'd be more than glad to drink it. But
Well,
right
you
now,
know, we're working on it.
You want to hear a Coors story?
Sure.
Yes.
My buddy Jack Sprague,
And you guys did.
Rivals.
You guys did.
Rivals.
Right.
on the racetrack, and he's the most funnest guy to run into because his eyes get this big and he just gets mad.
You mean when
and
you
he
run
keeps-
him on the
and he
track?
keeps a grudge going.
Okay.
I helped him win this championship, the second one or third one. I don't know which one it was. And I didn't do nothing but race the guy hard. He was up against it, only won by a couple points. Got home Monday morning, Monday afternoon, a truck pulls up with 100 cases of Coors Light at my house. And it hasn't been drank within 3 months.
Oh yeah, I heard
We're
about
one
that.
case away, and we had parties until after it was done.
So I want to say this. I'll interrupt you just for a second. You know that era of the truck series
Amazing.
with you and Jack and Sauter and Bickle and I mean that era
Oh, right,
right there.
right.
Yeah,
Oh,
right.
yeah.
I mean, what people don't realize is that the truck era now, it doesn't even compare to what you guys had as competition as far as talent as drivers.
And the short tracks we ran on, we got the short tracks.
Yeah.
We all came from short tracks. You had the muscle to get around.
Yeah, it was a beat and bang.
You were
It was a lot of fun to watch,
You were been an offender to get around somebody.
Yeah, but I love the fact that, when I thought about that before I came over here tonight, about what I wanted to tell you, and one of the biggest things that I remember was, when you started, because you were a pioneer in that truck series, and the early guys, how much talent was in that series.
It was. And we had 43 trucks every race.
All the time.
We sent 5 to 7 trucks home every week.
Yeah. And how hard it was to run good in that series with all you maniacs.
You guys had those rivalries built in. You guys, like, it was you, Skinner, and then it was, Sprague and the legendary,
right,
and the Bickles, and you guys just ran each other hard.
We had to make a name for ourselves.
You did.
Plus, we had to put food on the table.
Yeah.
We got a percentage of. Dale paid me more money than I've ever seen, but it was no $1 million. It was $60,000. And a percentage of that. When I won my first race, my percentage got a little better. And I won my second race, and I won the first championship.
Right.
Got really good.
Good.
Right.
Okay.
And then in this die cast, the one for Earnhardt, that put pretty good food on the table.
Yeah. So here's, and I always say this about our sport now, and it kind of went the other way for a little while, but I think it should go back to that more.
Yeah.
Of, hey, if you want to make more money, win some more races,
right.
and
I think it's going that way. If you see what Mr. Hendricks is doing,
I believe it is, and that's the way it should be. You guys, when I was in the ASA, I remember Mark and Bobby and all of them. They raced for a percentage of the purse and their show up money and stuff like that. That's what makes you go fast, right?
That's it.
You run it out there, you look at the score, 20th. That plays pretty good, but if your percentage and you know that what it's going to take, your 20th is not acceptable at all.
Right.
You
can't just ride around.
So the championships, everyone's special. And when you won your first one, and then your second, and then there was a gap there for a while. But you were in Xfinity for a while, and Cups, so you got away with it. So when you came back to trucks again, how did that feel knowing you were going in as a former champion with a chance to win another championship?
That don't matter. You don't know you're a champion. You don't know nothing. It's
Right.
It's an opportunity. I had an opportunity to drive for Haas Automation because they're putting that nationwide stuff together. And he was talking to me, he wouldn't give me an answer and all that stuff. And in the meantime, Kevin called me when we were at Dover. And I said, hey, I'm going to take this deal with Kevin if you don't give me an offer and all that stuff. He said, yeah, right. He came and sat down and wrote on a piece of paper or napkin, and I shook his hand, and I'm driving for Kevin and Delana Harvick. And it's the best years of my career.
So the guy goes from sleeping on your couch to your owner.
And he's still my boss. I'm still doing stuff.
Did
I call him boss to this day.
I can't remember, Ron. Did Kevin already have an established truck team, or did he start it up?
He had one.
He had him?
He had craft and driving for him.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and I don't know how long he had it, a year maybe or whatever. Then I got in it and I drove the GM Goodwrench truck, the number 6. And that's when I beat Bobby Bologna at Atlanta by
That's right. Yep.
that much.
Yep.
Another half a lap Bobby would have beat me because he was coming hard. And I never got to run Atlanta, and the tires would wore out and everything else. And it's like, I never drive it real hard. Oh, it ain't sticking. But, you can see that truck in the Darlington Museum right down there, next to Earnhardt's.
Very nice.
Your last championship, that was like down to the last laps.
Yeah. Yeah. And then we should have won another one, and something happened the year before we can't talk about it. And then
we won't bring it up.
We're not bringing it up.
We were promised. We promised.
No, it's irrelevant.
It's no big deal. It's only a glass.
Okay.
We can have a margarita tonight.
Now it's a party. You broke something around.
See, if he was at my house, he'd have a cut foot because he takes his shoes off.
And I was
didn't tonight, though.
And I was still, I was helping Bob Newberry out, and then they ended up firing me the last race, and Mr. Steve Turner said, nobody fired for me on the last race, he put a truck together, I got to go to Homestead.
For Turner Motorsports, that's right, yep.
And then Steve, out of his own pocket, and Ream started sponsoring, and we got the trucks really good. We were only 5 points out, we were going to Canada, and they pulled the plug on it.
That's right.
So that could have been another champion. You can count was, could have, should have, but that's some of the things that you don't burn bridges we're talking about.
Yeah.
Even with Bob Newberry, he fired me because he thought I was treating this kid right on the racetrack and everything. It's like, hey, you got to learn,
Sure.
There's respect on the track. I haven't done this before, and this kid knew at it. we got at each other, long story short. I got fired, and he called me back and I was like, understood.
So I got to ask you another question. You know, when all of this came about this bounty stuff, the bounty on the truck race for someone who was not a truck regular.
Oh yeah.
So Tim and I actually talked about
And Harvick took me right out of the deal.
Did he really?
Well, I couldn't go. You can't go out of Wrexham to do it.
Oh, that part. That's right. Yeah.
You know, Tim and I, because
you had to be a cup regular before you get it.
Okay, because we were talking about in our earlier shows. God, let's. You know, I'm ready to build a truck for Hornaday. You know what I mean? It's like we just build a truck for Hornaday. He'll go his ass. You know.
I still smile this today when Chase went.
Yes.
That was not me. That was metal.
Getting big here, folks.
We're about halfway through. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Pub Table Racers. My name is Tim Peck. Warren Brosell. Sitting with us is NASCAR Hall of Famer and awesome individual. Helped so many people and myself, included in the sport, get through. And Ron Hornaday. So we appreciate you being with us. We see your questions coming through. I have one person who wrote in ahead of time. Marilyn from Akron, New York, my hometown. She says, do you remember the Watkins Glen race where you won?
They took it away from me.
They took it away from you.
I still parked my car in my truck.
And that she said, you thought you won the race.
I know I did.
You won the race. You won the race. NASCAR said you didn't, so you took your truck and did.
Here's the deal.
Tell me the deal.
I was too far in front of Sprague points, so they said I jumped the restart. So they put me to tell them the thing. Me and Sprague tied me for the next race.
Right.
As Fred Graves, as smart as he was, my crew chief, said, all right, he had one lap. It was a green-white checker. He had one lap to do the black flag, right? Yep. So if he went across the line, he would have took the checker, right? Yep.
Right.
All right, score him that next. You know what? This pit start.
Yep.
Only 5 stalls. So they gave me 5th place. And I was like, great.
Oh. Okay.
So it didn't work in their advantage.
Right.
So I still won the championship later.
Okay, got it.
But Boris said was running second.
Okay.
And whatever official, I think it was Danielle, was there, said he didn't jump the start. He started there, Boris didn't go. Well, they didn't listen. Boris's jets fell out of his carburetor. It was stumbling. It would go out once he got going, but it was stumbling really bad. Boris was in there today. Like my truck didn't go, and you know.
Right. He had no low end.
Well, he went in the back of me already, so it was time to go.
So the race ends, and you think you won.
And I parked Joe Rutten won.
Joe Rutten, yep.
So I parked it in there. Joe's trying to get
Victory
in
Lane.
there.
You
He said,
took
move your truck. I said,
wait.
you move it. With few choice words.
You took the truck into Alaska Victory Lane and parked it there. Mm-hmm. Okay.
And I went to NASCAR trailer waiting for Wayne Otten.
Who was the series director at the time?
And you heard that? Have you heard that?
Wait. Did you
And called you every Christmas.
Did you leave the truck in Victory Lane? Or you made them push it out?
They can do whatever they want with it. Put the trophy on top of it, I'll take it home. I couldn't tell you what happened. I was fuming. I
sure.
ran over to that hauler and I was in there waiting for him.
But you left your truck in Victory Lane?
Well, he sits down on the couch. Have you ever seen the haulers?
Yep. The office trailer from
Yeah, they're
NASCAR.
nice. Well, Watkins again, they're parked on a hill.
Oh, so they're...
So I'm yelling, I'm telling my story, and this chair, the rocker back chair with 4 wheels on, come rolling down it. That's some bitch shit give a shit. So I kick it, it goes all the way back up there against the door. I'm talking, yelling at him, in this and that. And here comes that chair again. About the 4th time, I grabbed the chair, I threw it down, I said, I'm not going to win this argument. And they're laughing at me. That pissed me off the worst. And I go, take it all, and I walk out the door. I had a couple autographs, opened the door and said, Wayne, you come over for beer later? You got to argue and fight for everything you got.
Yeah, that's good.
Right.
If they're going to give it to you, you won. If not, you're like...
all the victories you've had, is there one that means more to you than anything?
You know my favorite trophies down there is Elvis Presley.
Your favorite?
They're the heaviest you can't pick up.
I know. We tried that one night.
It's so cool to go. I'll tell you my first championship was with Earnhardt. I was just telling somebody this story. A kid today won the snowball derby.
Mm-hmm.
And we went to lunch today, and I was telling him the story about sitting up there and I'm just sweating. I'm putting this tuxedo on. I never put a damn tuxedo in my life.
For the championship.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
And we get a knock on the door, and Lindy opens the door and says, "Is Mr. Hornaday here?" We couldn't understand the guy.
Right.
Here's Felix Avada standing there. Shook my hand.
Right.
And said, "Ron, I'm Felix. I know who you are, Felix." And all that stuff. He said, "I want to congratulate you personally," and opens this thing up, and I probably got it in here. It was 7. checkered flag with diamond cufflinks.
Really?
Very nice.
For my championship. So that right there told me that this is freaking cool.
Yeah.
And that guy can walk all the way up that, the top 4.
Pretty classy.
And get, because NASCAR, when you win a championship, they put you in the penthouse.
Yeah.
How he got up there is beyond me, because you got little guards and shit. But he got up there to give me those things.
Pretty classy deal right there. Yeah. Felix was
Felix.
And
I got to know him really good because Dale was sponsored by Budweiser.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Look what I drink.
You were sponsored by Coors.
Yeah.
We switched 100 cases to 100 cases back and forth.
So the one championship you won, the party was at the Hard Rock Hotel in Miami there, Fort Lauderdale, and they have the suite, and I'm there, and I go up and out. There's just food and beer and drinks all over the place, and I was sitting there and I'm like hanging out, and all of a sudden you go, all right, hey, if you want to stay here tonight, 10 you can. We're out of here. And I went, huh? And you and then you left to go back.
With Earnhardt,
You flew back with Earnhardt, and there's like 8 of us in the suite. We're like,
all the beer and the food.
we said, hell, we're just staying right here. But we just kind of left the whole suite and everything.
Did you go blank?
We're good.
It's all good. That happens. Go ahead and hit me, would you, Pac-Man?
Yeah, buddy.
Hey, take it easy, bud.
No way.
I'm on the corner one.
Hey, that's your fault.
You're not from.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about expensive glasses.
All right, real quick, people, if you want to ask questions, now it's your time. We appreciate all of you tuning in. We're going to take your questions for Ron Hornaday, and he's going to answer them. And then if we have time, we're going to take a quick tour with the camera around here. And
this is Tim's glass.
Is that the one you dropped?
No,
Look at that.
No, that's they're made that way.
You bent it.
If I was a fabricator, if I worked on race cars, that's how the car would look. Yeah, perfect. Nice, that's beautiful. All right, so time for your questions and comments. We'll read them around. He's sitting right here. We appreciate you tuning in. Once again, this is brought to you by Lake Norman Patio and Game Rooms. Go see them there on Brawley School Road. Stop in, say, hey, I saw this on Pub Table Racers, and Brad will give you a discount.
I wish I'd have known that because I go down there all the time. That's
Okay.
awesome stuff.
They do.
Adirondack chairs or something?
Bars, everything.
I looked. They even had at the time they had hot tubs and stuff.
Oh, they did. That's right.
Oh, yeah.
Exactly right.
Yeah.
So he moved to his new location on Brawley near Oak and Canvasback, and he said it's been great. So he's right next to Swim Landscaping. Give him.
And I want to say thank you both for coming tonight.
No, thank you for having
Thanks
us.
for having us.
I mean,
This is great.
This is
I never got to do something. Last time I did something like this, I got my tooth pulled and I did a radio deal.
Yeah.
They called me up and said, after the show, they called me and said, hey, next time, Ron, when you do this, will you not be drunk? I said, what are you talking about? I just got back from the bed. So I thought I was drunk. I said, I know better than you do.
Said,
I can come here and I can drink on the show.
Yeah, I wasn't with Warren. I just got my tooth pulled.
I wasn't a Pub Table Racer. I only too full. All right.
And then he hates the show. Because he hates when I drink and I'm drinking on the show.
Hey, Justin, another question. We already talked about that, Justin. Thank you very much. It's a question we already talked about.
Oh, perfect.
Perfect. So we can roll
I
on into
understand
that's good.
I did finish a couple years.
Not going to question that.
So while you're taking questions,
yeah, sure,
I'm going to ask Ron, when you were back in California, were you like dominant in your all-pro? I'll call it your all-pro car. Your
my first car we bought, it was Dave Jackson car, and then we got in kind of an argument, and then I got hooked up with Dan Press and made Victory Circle race cars. And our biggest deal was a race at Phoenix called the Copper Classic, which is before the Cup race. 36 cars started the field, and 27 were cars I built.
Okay. Oh, really?
Not myself. I had 7 good guys working for me, and
so it was kind of your series, though.
it wasn't my series, but
you built the cars. Yeah.
And I mean, I've always built something when they say, if you don't believe what I have in my car, you can drive mine, I'll drive yours.
Perfect.
My book was always
Stood
open.
by.
And how old were you when you were doing that?
22, 23.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, I got married when I was 20. Who's got a wife?
So-
Who's got a wife like this? So I'm working on everybody's race car. We just first got married. Her dad raced against my dad.
Right.
Rivals. Our
Hatfields and McCoys.
Our wedding had 300, maybe 400 people there. We couldn't cross the line. Long story short,
Got it.
I'm getting home. You get off work at 6,
Yeah.
30, and go work on somebody's race car.
Yep.
I get home at 11, 12, 1 o'clock. She goes, what are you doing working on? I said, I like working on cars. And all that. She goes, if you like it so much, you got a garage. Why don't you build your own race car? My wife told me to build my own race car. 64 four-door Mercury. I drove home the next day, and I drove that baby home.
You're like, this is my new race car.
Yep, well, Rudy
Give me
I remember
a
the guy's name. My dad
Give me a
called him up. He's a used car lot down before we sold all our stuff to, and old Rudy Prince gave me my first race car.
So
John Christian sold me a case for $5.
So this is all you know.
Yeah.
it.
You've never had? So I was a union Boilermaker for 8 years, and you know I raced first, then I tried to go normal first, and then I found out I'm not normal. I got to be a racer, and then I went racing.
Right.
So you just raced. You came from the racing family. You just raced. You never did nothing normal.
I mowed a lot of grasses.
But to pay for your race car.
For motocross.
Oh, okay. So you did motocross.
This guy had a Rickman motorcycle with a nickel-plated frame, all black, and it was badass. It wasn't a very good motocross bike, but I thought it was.
It was pretty.
It was cool. And I learned, and then I got good enough where Billy Payne had a Mako shop, and I got sponsored by Mako. And my third race, going out and making money racing, hurt my leg a little bit. I got caught and about lost my left leg.
Okay.
So I got out of that, got into go-karts, won 2 championships in go-karts, and said, that's...
It's too easy.
No, that's too much money for a little bit of fun.
I got you. Right.
And I was at 15 years old. I worked for Joe's Transmission, Hornaday Transmission. So I kind of quit school early. Tried to go to night school, but I wasn't going to smoke dope with everybody.
Right.
To get my last 15 credits. And that's what we were doing. You're playing
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I said, Dad, I'm not going to finish school. So I got a full-time job. And,
Perfect.
And to this day, 1975, I put my first thing into Social Security. I'm trying to collect my Social Security now.
Yeah.
I'm not old enough.
You're not old enough.
They got my year down wrong.
Oh, the year you're born wrong?
Yeah, they got 59 instead of 58.
Okay.
So I'm old. I'm younger now, Scott. Skinner always thinks I was older now.
Oh, okay.
Skinner's 2 years older now.
Speaking of Lindy, she has a question. She's watching. What was your most memorable championship in your early days? Because you had a lot of them before you came to the NASCAR.
Like the very first one we ever did.
Yeah.
Not the first one at Sawdust. Our first touring one with Palmdale Chiropractic.
Right.
So the exhaust pipe went through the windshield. It came down to Rick Corelli, Doug George, and myself, and we're all within 3
Someone
points.
else's exhaust came.
My brother-in-law asked me to wall it that night.
Right.
I wouldn't do it because I worked for her dad doing exhaust.
Right.
And I said, dude, I just got done with customer cars. I haven't even scaled my car yet. We're
Right.
going to leave tonight. Trying to do it. Lap 10, exhaust pipe comes through there, breaks my little finger bone in my arm.
Came through the windshield.
Yeah, and I ain't got a picture around here of it.
Okay.
But taping it up and everything, and then out of the thing, we burned the clutch up, and that was it. But when we thought the championship was over, Doug George is blowing the motor, so we got a chance, Corelli's within 2 points. Now, Corelli's leading the race. Coming from the checkered white flag lap, he blows the right rear tire. You probably remember the race because Kenny Schrader won it and Darrell Walter finished second.
Yeah.
And
Kinda, a little bit.
the front Schrader was blocked, and I had no shifter in it, and the clutch was burned out. It was and I'm reading through it. I stopped this far from the start-finish line, and all the guys on the wall said, "Push it across the line." So I push it, and they're yelling. They said, "We won a championship." I said, "What?"
You got out of the car and pushed it across.
Well, I got back in it.
Yeah.
But with changing the clutch,
Yeah.
we never changed the clutch. They
Okay.
put no shifter, so stuck in high gear, and I let the clutch on, it ain't going nowhere.
Right,
Whee,
yeah.
burned up. And then you know what?
Oh, absolutely.
So I pushed across the line. I said, "Push it across the line, did he?" He says, "No, we don't have a DNF all year."
So it's just for the DNF.
DNF, because
But
the
you
guy-
didn't know you won the championship till you got out of the car.
No, wow. We sat in there the whole 186 laps from lap 10.
Stayed in it then.
So I stayed in the
That's
car.
good.
I figured, and they're beating the shit out of the floorboard. Trying to get this thing in.
So do you stay pretty tight with or I won't say tight, but like Corelli and Sprague, and I know you still stay tight with Harvick.
Sprague was up to kind of at least once a month, if not every other week.
Because you guys were, like I say, you guys were the heat when this truck deal started, and you're the pioneers of it. I mean.
Yeah, we appreciate that. But all we did is wanted a job to put foot on.
Oh yeah, I mean.
Who else could go?
So we all start doing this racing business as.
Well, nobody understands racing as a driver. You go to Carowinds or Six Flags Magic Mountain, all that. You're paying for rides. I'm getting paid to have a thrill ride every time I go in that seat. I don't know what's going to happen.
Right. So speaking of Lydia, Kate, our good friend, she said if the perfect scenario was offered, would you ever get back on a truck, a car, and racing it?
As long as Harvick owns it.
As long as Harvick owns it. There you go, Lydia.
He's put the best equipment underneath me and all that
Right.
stuff. I mean,
He's going to be in one of them.
I know a couple guys work up there.
You think so?
Kyle Busch's, and they said that he has the variants of their lowers and their
Right.
springs and all that stuff hit the same way that Kevin's did. So I think just a lot of the guys transferring Harvick's one over there and helping them out.
So if Harvick puts it together, you'll do it. Or
Well,
is behind
Delane
you.
and I talked with Kevin opened his mouth saying I get 50 grand.
Right?
Wait, I said, I'll put the truck together, and then Kevin had a response saying, "No, you have to be a cup driver."
Steve Gibson asked about the Stuart Everham deal, and you would. If
You want to call Ray? Let's call Ray.
If
We'll call Ray.
if they called, you would answer that call, and I think who got in the other?
You know what's
just got
Ray
in.
and I are pretty close because Ray was the same nominee as me that year.
That's right. He was in. Yeah, he went in.
We came pretty close.
He was in your class of the Hall of Fame. Yep.
And we got to know each other really good. And how the stuff he's done, I never knew he drove race cars.
Right.
Yeah.
And he's
Yep.
really, really good at it.
Modifieds.
We went up there and we did a foo-foo racing, what is that called up there? But he had his, you ever seen his ghost car?
Yes.
Yes,
Modified.
it's,
Yeah.
it's badass.
Like the, he
He
came up with that whole
he
thing.
put Boris in it.
Okay.
Boris is 3 seconds faster. And each time he gets out there, he said, "I'm getting closer to you." I said, "Don't wind your shit up. You're going to wind yourself. You're not going to go as fast as Boris said at this race." But he got within a second of Boris.
Right.
And he actually won.
And
that
that's
race.
pretty good.
And that ghost car is so badass.
Yeah.
Very good. All right, you know what we're gonna do real quick? We're gonna take a quick little tour around here.
Oh, I thought you had to go to the bathroom. You're drinking so many beers.
No, it's just going and sweating out. No,
I mean, I'm getting close, but I'll handle it.
well, you can step outside if you want. We're
Are
just
you
gonna real
going
quick.
to do a spinner?
Yeah, we're gonna do a spinner. And Kim, if you can pull your phone up so we can see the view, so I can see where we're at. I'll make sure because we lost it here.
How do you lose it?
I don't know. It happens all the time. We're good though.
Can we do something really cool?
Yeah. What do you want to do?
I want to bring the monster over here because he's got a monster. And this race just happened.
All right, you didn't
I didn't break it. Oh my God.
Okay.
That one ain't heavy.
It is too.
Okay.
That monster-
Put this up here.
that monster-
We were just at Dover. We were just at Dover. And I don't have one of these.
Well, this one's a little small. It's a little dusty.
It's okay. You know what? You have one. That's all that matters, man. That's all
The
that
cup guys are a
matters.
little bigger. They put the full size in there.
Yep.
We put the little 16 scale cars in there.
Right. It doesn't matter. You got one. We were just at Dover. Look at this. We got a Dover monster.
We got it. And you know what? We can't see you now. There you are. All right. So real quick, let's take a quick spin around. We could get it, catch up a little bit.
Spin.
So we're just looking at some of the helmets up here,
In Ron Hornaday's man.
and we're in Man Cave and that. And if I was a burglar, because this is my favorite uniform he ever wore, for obvious personal reasons, that was a Superman that was Nazareth, I think it was.
Yeah.
That was that one. That was the first time I met you.
Was that DEI?
I asked you to do a read for my radio show, and you said no.
Yeah.
That was DI. And we can't really see that, but my favorite trophy of Ron's is this one right here, the Elvis Trophy, which is also, I'm going too fast, that there. So that's just some of the things we have here.
He's got about 17 rings he's going to bring out here.
Oh my God, oh, we're going to do the rings now. Holy crow. Look at this.
I got like 6.
So that's a little jittery,
There's
folks.
more. It looks like a
A little jittery, but we're just
like
trying
someone
look at
planted
this.
daisies back here
Jeez.
with rings.
Look at this,
This is my wife's. NASCAR gives your wife some.
right? Sorry about the jittery, folks, but those are some of the rings there. He's pulling all this unbelievable collection. Amazing, what and the history that's in this place. There you go. Appreciate that. All right, we just want to give you folks a quick spin here, so you can see what some of the things that are here in Ron's man cave. He was kind enough to bring us in here. We put this back so we can go back to doing what we were doing here.
What are we doing?
We're just talking with you,
Here
buddy.
talking.
Okay,
That's what we do.
are we good? Leave
I can't believe
Miles.
you guys get away with
No,
it.
let's move. Let's move
We're leaving
Miles.
All right. You can't believe we get away with it. Thank you. I got him. We're
I
good.
do have a Miles win. I don't have a Miles trophy.
I got a lot of miles on me. Oops, shit. Sorry about that. All right.
A lot of people know Tim. He helped me out quite a bit, and he was writing a book about me,
Still got it.
and he had the first 4 chapters done.
Still got it.
And I opened my mouth like a big mouth, like I always do. And we were at some function, he found out about. Well, the movie Dale came out,
Okay.
and if you read the copy that he's got, it's exactly the way I was going. I was going back. My first race at Saugus Speedway to when I drove into Daytona, and that movie Dale came out. I opened my big mouth.
What?
If we wrote the book now, it looked like we're copying that movie Dale.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You see the
Okay.
date
Is
when
that
he
why
wrote?
you don't do
Well,
it?
because they did the whole thing.
They did the whole movie.
They did the whole movie. And it's like, okay, that took care of that. I
Well, he's
a
got the
line
date.
Yeah, but there's so much other stuff
I know
with
there
this
is,
guy.
and we're gonna revisit it because I have some time now to do that.
Now
Are you
he-
looking for a job?
You know what? I'm gonna make this announcement now. And
I would.
I couldn't think of two better people to make this announcement sitting next to me. Who've Warren, you've been there for 23 years. You've been there for 20. and due to some people that have been very influential, very important to me. Pub Table Racers, as of tonight, is a full-time business, and it's a website now. We're going to have a website. Go check it out when we're done.
Congratulations.
I'm going to do news stories. I'm going to make it. We're going to do news. I'm going to write stories. Warren's going to contribute with some of his technical things.
Right.
We have our merchandise on there and some other things.
We might have some Hornaday fire seats for sale too. I got 100 too.
Oh, we'll put them up there for you.
Put 'em up there for you. And so I just want to share this with you guys tonight. This was the cool announcement as of today. Pub Table Racers is a legitimate business. Thank you. And Warren, this started out as an idea.
Give me a fresh one. This
Okay. Oh, of course, sure. Of course, just a fresh one. Jeez. Good thing Kim's here to drive you home tonight. Ron said I can stay tonight, so we'll see how this goes.
Would be the first time.
I think Ron probably figures, holy shit, this guy's still standing.
The website is going to be news. It's going to be news stories. It's going to be covering NASCAR racing. It's going to cover grassroots racing.
Right.
We're going to still talk to the guys that, the unsung heroes. We're going to do things that other sites don't do, and kind of keep it like people that don't get the attention that they deserve. So there's some stories up there now. We got some photos. Read about it. And by the way, since it's business, if you want to advertise with us, we have a great introductory offer right now. So check that out. And that's what we're doing. We're taking the show remote to a few places. A couple weeks. We're going to go to some other places with some other sponsors we have coming on board. So everybody who said you should do this, I finally said, you know what, it's time. And so I'm going to go back to what I love best and doing the media and the writing and that. And thanks to you guys.
What you're good at.
We ain't scared.
Do what I enjoy.
Don't be scared, man.
Not
I mean, a lot of people don't know what Tim's done for his local racetrack.
Exactly.
Promoter of the year 2 years in a row.
Yeah.
He knows how to promote things and to win Promoter of the Year over all the racetracks around the world.
Yep.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
And I mean, I'm in the sport for 25 years. I know the man. I know what he does. You're in the sport forever.
Yeah.
And you're a champion and a
good fabricator.
Are you?
Yeah, he's really good. He was good.
Okay, well, maybe I might need some work done, but
I got hammers and welders. That's all I got.
anyways, what I'm getting at is that we're here to try and promote this thing.
Yep.
We're not trying to make a big deal out of it.
Right.
What happens, and we're having fun right now.
That was it. So we started this out to give attention to like the crew members and that.
Right.
And we've been on a driver run lately and crew chief, and we'll go back to getting some other people on. We're going to look to have a transporter driver on next week because people don't realize what they do.
They're the ones that get the race car.
Yeah, absolutely.
So thank you to you guys because it's you're the ones that said, man, all your writing and all that. Why don't you go back to what you love to do? And that's how I started in the sport. So that's it. That's the announcement. It's pretty cool. So I want to thank everybody.
Any more questions for Ron?
Well, you can't get the thing.
No, we can't. We're good. I got the questions right here. We're good.
Yeah, we lose our picture.
Because we just get overwhelmed because
But it's no big deal. We're still on the air.
So.
Do we have any people on the air?
Oh yeah, we have quite a few. I can't see it right now. We were up to like 58, 60, but you'll see afterwards. We'll probably have like 780 views.
Right.
So real quick, just this show is reaching the promotion and everything. In a month period, we're reaching 34,000 people. So
Right.
we were reaching 3.5.
If we make it to
1,000.
Japan, Konnichiwa.
3,500 45 days ago. So.
I raced there 4 times.
I know you
So it's
did.
good.
That's
We should have
right.
coach drivers. You know what? We could probably do one of those too because those are the other guys that log a lot of miles back and forth.
Yeah, Jimbo.
Yeah, not all.
Jim will be alright. That guy's got a lot of secrets
Yeah,
on his driver. You know the coach driver.
Here we go. It's time for the one wing challenge.
What's the 1 win challenge?
One wing challenge is we eat one chicken wing from a local establishment, and we rate it between 1 to 5. And you can do like 3.4 or 5.6.
Does the guy you got it from know that, so they gave you special ones, or
Yes,
he probably does.
He does. So I went into.
Or she?
These are from Lake Norman. Good thing I'm not barefoot. These are from Lake Norman Tavern, and I got a very special flavor here. So take one if you like flaps or you like drummies, whatever. If you take one bite each, and then we give it a rating.
I already can smell this one.
I forgot what, it's okay.
Hold on.
Go ahead.
I like the char.
It's it's jerk. They deep fried them. They put them in the sauce, and they put them on the grill. So take a bite and give your rating. Look home.
They're not hot enough for me. Well, I mean,
It has no spice.
so they're a little. Yeah, I like them more spicy.
because you want to drink more
These are
beer.
pretty good.
I'm
Right.
out of beer, so
Wow.
you don't need it hot.
Oh, I'm never out of beer. You have to see the freaking.
2 of them. Here's one for food and one not so much.
I'll give these a 4.
A 4? Okay.
Because I like the char.
No, they're good.
And they got a little tank. They got a little.
We're good. It comes after a second there.
I'll give it an 8 because
1.5. 1 to 5.
1 to 5.
1 to 5. So.
I go to 5 because he already ate before he got here, so he didn't.
Right. Okay.
If you're hungry, you give it a 10.
That's exactly. Yeah.
Ron's starving, so he.
We have pizza after this, so they got us pizza. I'm gonna go with a 4.5 on this one because I think the taste is good, and the
Good
Jamaican jerk flavor.
Yeah.
I mean, charted. That's good. So go see Lake Norman Tavern. You should get them as a
And I know you like.
there.
I know you like this.
And he puts on racing
This
now.
style.
Well, no, this is the first time we had this. So that's the thing. We're getting different flavor wings.
You wait, it's
I like them
Take
charred.
another bite because it's got
No,
the,
it
it's
gives
got
you a
the
little
jerk
bite.
there.
It gives you a little
It's
bite.
good.
They got the jerk
Perfect.
coming into it.
Well, you're sitting next
I
to
need
two
a
of them.
napkin.
Oh, I'm sorry, buddy.
Yeah, you're
You're
between two jerks.
No. Perfect. So that's the one wing challenge.
Well,
Lake Norman Tavern.
Lily's not going to eat those. They're too
That's,
spicy.
that's fine. We got the pizza in there and everything. So anyhow, any last questions? It's 10 o'clock. We're at the top of the hour. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in.
I hope I can do this again because there are a lot
You
of
want to
great-
do this again?
there's a lot of great stories.
Yeah, we
I
can
know,
do,
there's
we
so
can do
many
Hornaday
more.
Part 2 later in the year.
I mean,
Well, in the off season, we'll be looking for some.
Well, this year, I never got a chance to talk about a lot of this stuff with
We're gonna have you
Dale,
on.
Dale Jr. when I did his download.
Right.
It was all about him when he was a kid. He,
Right.
never, he didn't
Right.
even know who signed for his first cell phone. Wendy's one. My wife's the one who signed for his first cell phone.
Seriously.
He never knew it.
Okay.
He lived at our house. And
Right.
So we got to talk about that. We never got to talk about the fun stuff.
Got it. Hey Wahoo, I see you're on. You want to be on next week? I reached out to Wahoo.
Wahoo.
Sampson. Yeah, good guy.
Truck
Marine,
driver.
Truck driver, former Marine.
GMS Motorsports.
GMS Motorsports. So
Great organization.
we worked with him at DEI, didn't we?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So we have another former teammate on there. So if some Jello shots, Lydia wants to give us Jello shots.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Kim in the background.
Tell Lenny if Ron and
Yep.
if they come over by us,
Right.
we'll have Jello shots.
We could do this. Yeah.
We'll do it in
But
my
no,
man
it's
cave.
the same lady I know. She knows I won't be jealous.
Yeah, it's Lydia. Okay,
No,
yeah.
I don't do it.
No. I will.
We're drinking beer.
I'm okay with
I
that.
drink beer.
I like Jello shots. That's good. All
Hi,
right.
girls. Miss ya.
That's right, yeah. Larry the Cable Guy goes, hey, everybody, thank you very, very much for tuning in. Thank you for following us like you have. This has turned in from a fun show, like Warren says, two knuckleheads. Let's get on the internet and talk about it, to now it's turned into something good.
Who said that?
Warren said?
I just said
thought
Lydia.
you said
No,
Larry
Larry.
the Cable Guy.
Oh, no, Lydia.
Oh.
No. Hey, we didn't tell the story about the Super Bowl.
We will.
It's us. We will. That'll be next time. We're going to have you on in the off season. If you folks want them on, we'll do that. So, Ron Hornaday, thank you so very, very
Man,
much.
thank you very much
Appreciate
for
everybody.
having us.
And
I've never got to do something.
like this, exactly. So we knew this appealed to
With beer?
That's what makes us unique. So
Yeah, we do it with beer.
we look at U.S. Open weekend, all right? All right. So should we end the show like we always do?
Yeah.
Say goodnight, Dick.
Good night, Dick.
Good night, dicks.
Well done. Well done.